Welcome to the third week of a fresh NFL season, where winning is always in fashion.
They push. Touchdown! It don't matter!
The ball may be different. The commitment, confidence, courage to succeed are undeniably the same. That's why I love pro football. Whether you won your first two and are sitting nicely in the front row, or you have split and you're 1-1. Or perhaps this vantage point as the first pair slipped away.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
Just maintain your focus and play hard.
Sack Micah Parsons.
Perform with poise, power.
Touchdown, Denver.
Deliver big shots, control momentum swings. Anything is possible when you step inside the lines.
To the end zone. Touchdown.
Now join me, take a seat for our Sunday lineup of Game, Set, and Match and the NFL on Fox.
Well, from Serena to Saquon, who last season put up over 500 yards from scrimmage by himself in 2 games against the Rams. Well, now it's time for a playoff rematch in about an hour right here on Fox. Baker just keeps being the touchdown maker. How cute is that shot? Through 2 games, he's thrown the most TDs in the NFC without an interception. We'll see how high he flies today against the Jets. And Jordan Love, he hasn't thrown a pick either. So far, Jordan's Pack are getting a lot of love, with some calling them the most complete team in football. We'll see if they rock in Cleveland in one of our early contests. And later, it's an NFC West showdown as the 2-0 Arizona Cardinals visit the 2-0 San Francisco 49ers, while Dak and the Cowboys march into Soldier Field to face Caleb Williams and the Bears in America's Game of the Week. Our NFL road trip is loaded with 7 games this Sunday. We'll get you set on all of them on the one and only Fox NFL Sunday, presented by GMC and its all-electric full-size truck, the GMC Sierra EV. We are professional grade. Come on in here and stay a while, folks. I'm Kurt Menefee. Thanks for making us a part of your football Sunday. And a special thanks to Serena Williams for acing our Open. Catch tennis icons Venus and Serena Williams on their new podcast, Stockton Street, which drops every other Wednesday on X.
She's the GOAT.
She is. All right, here a couple of goats in their own right. Terry Bradshaw, Howie Long, Michael Strahan, and Rob Gronkowski. Always good to see you guys.
How about Vicki Trilling? Happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday, Vicky.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Vicki.
She handles our wardrobe here at Fox and does a fine job of that. Hey, you may have heard our guy Tom Brady is actually going to play football again. Flag football in a tournament in Saudi Arabia. He'll be joined by a number of current and retired NFL stars, including Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, and Gronk.
Yo!
That'll be in March at Kingdom Arena in Riyadh. You can watch it live right here on Fox and Tubi. Gronk, you get to go to Riyadh.
Yes, that's right, baby. I've never been to Saudi Arabia before. I'm coming out of retirement to play flag football. That is, it's going to be exciting. But the most important thing is that Fox is broadcasting this event, and they only broadcast big events, and that's what this is going to be.
You still elusive?
You training?
I'm training a little bit. I've been running a couple hundreds, just striders, but I got to pick it up a little bit and start, running some fast speed routes to get the
How about your
fast
weight?
twitch
You got to get
muscles
your weight
going
down
again.
a little, maybe?
Yeah, I've got to lose about 20 pounds just like you.
What are you weighing now?
Just messing around.
Wow. I think he meant it as a compliment. He meant it as a compliment that you lost 20 pounds.
Don't be shaking his head.
Right? All right, let's get back to tackle football here. 10 teams come into week 3, a perfect 2-0. Another team, 10 teams are 0-2. Both are the most since 2020, and who knows where these teams will end up. For now, though, let's jump to conclusions. See what I did there? Jump to.
I like it.
Oh, you got it, Kurt.
2-0, 0-2. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on.
We got it.
Hey, the 2-0 teams in the NFC are the Eagles, Packers, Bucks, Niners, Cardinals, and Rams. Of that group in the NFC, who's the best?
Bucks.
Packers.
Bucks.
Eagles.
5-2-0 starts.
2
in a row.
Packers.
Bucks.
Packers.
2
In the AFC, it's Buffalo, Cincinnati, the Chargers, and the Colts. Who's the best?
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Chargers.
They finally get over that hump.
Okay.
Chargers.
Hey, we just mentioned the Colts. Will Daniel Jones be the latest quarterback to go from a bust with one team to an MVP candidate with another?
Yes! Go, DJ.
I knew he was good all along, Michael.
All these
comeback player of the year.
rerun quarterbacks have one thing in common. They either have to stop with McVay or Shanahan or O'Connell. Always. For whatever reason. You see that, you stop there, you see it, you figure it out.
Too deep.
Yeah?
Can't go that long.
All right,
did
anyway. Which 0-2 teams fan base are you telling right now, hey, don't worry, it'll be all right?
Kansas City.
Houston Texans.
Houston.
Oh, Houston, too. Yeah, my hometown.
Easy
Houston.
division.
Kansas City. I'm
Kansas
not
City.
worried about Kansas City.
Okay. Hey, the 49ers, Cardinals, and Rams are all 2-0. Which one wins the West?
I'm
Or
going
could
with
it be
49ers.
Seattle, who's 1-1?
No. 49ers will win it, even with Matt Jones, who's playing outstanding.
I think the Rams win it.
The Rams. Matthew Stafford.
Seattle is a
You know, I'm going to change
problem.
my mind. I'm going to go
Seattle's
with the
a
Rams,
problem.
too.
All right. He's
No,
liking
maybe Seattle.
My dark
Maybe
horse. I'm going to go with the dark
No
horse.
changing answers.
Okay, despite being unbeaten, which team or teams do you think will not make the playoffs, even though they're 2-0 right now?
Arizona.
Cincy.
Whoa.
Arizona. No. Cincinnati.
Yeah, Arizona's not going to make it.
They may. If they beat the 49ers today.
You've got 15 more games to figure it out.
Yeah.
Look at the schedule right now. Give me a team that's going to be the last to lose a game this season.
Buffalo Bills. I think they win like 14 games this season.
They're favored in every game. That Atlanta game scares me, but I would say Week 17 versus the Eagles.
All the way to Week 17.
Yeah.
I got Green Bay going
What the
into
heck?
Philly 9-0 and losing on Monday night to Philadelphia.
I got the Buffalo Bills, my hometown team, growing up, going 9-0, and then losing to the Buccaneers Week 10.
You saying that because you played in Tampa?
Are you going back
I
and
think
playing?
that's what's
Are you
going
going
Right
back and
now,
playing tackle in
the
Tampa
Cincinnati
Bay?
Bengals are trying to go to 3-0, but they have to do it without Joe Burrow. We say hello to Jay Glazer. Jay, what is the timeline on Burrow's recovery?
Well, here's the thing. People hear turf toe. They really don't understand the severity of this injury. Don't let the name fool you. This is one of the hardest, most painful injuries to come back from. And Joe Burrow, when he had surgery on Friday for this, that's to repair a fully torn tendon in that big toe, a ligament, a capsule that covers it as well. And they're saying 3 months. I don't see 3 months being an actual timeline. I think more so a chance if they make the playoffs, but only because it's Joe Burrow. Somebody else I'd say no, but he has that mama mentality. Maybe yes. It is such a difficult injury to return from.
All right, Brock Purdy and Jaden Daniels, they're also out with injury. Purdy also has a turf toe. Is there a difference with Burrow and Purdy?
Yeah, Burrow completely tore his. Purdy had sprained his. There's a chance he was going to go today, but actually he is not going to be active at all today, not back up, not emergency third. And Jaden Daniels has a sprain of a ligament in that knee. He's able to throw and run straight ahead, but side to side, that's where he had difficulty. So they're holding him out this week.
All right, 5 starters already injured. Anybody calling Atlanta about Kirk Cousins?
No. Not a call, not a text,
Really?
nothing. They're willing to trade him.
Serious.
Nothing. Yes.
Nobody.
Zero.
All right. Thank you very much, Jay. We'll check in with him a little bit later on. You know what? Last week, the Eagles win over the Chiefs proved to be Fox's most watched regular season Sunday game ever. We'll talk about the Eagles matchup with the unbeaten Rams next, and here's what else we've also got on the way.
Coming up, the injury bug has bit QBs early this season. Our guys discuss the importance of protecting the franchise cornerstone. Then, star wideout Devontae Adams tells Carissa Thompson all about his time as a Ram before their big matchup with the Eagles. Later, Dak Prescott checks in with our own Aaron Andrews as his Cowboys prepare to take on the Bears. Plus, NFL legend Drew Brees stops by. All that and more ahead on Fox NFL Sunday.
Drew Brees, one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Drew Brees, an NFL record. Most 300-yard games.
Drew Brees continuing to pile up NFL records.
Drew Brees is one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen.
The Saints have won the Super Bowl.
Drew Brees, take a bow.
We are privileged to be joined by one of the all-time greats, quarterback Drew Brees. Future Hall of Famers.
Please.
Drew, you're going to be a part of this group in the Hall of Fame because when you retired, I mean, you're still one of the all-time greats when it comes to numbers for touchdown passes. Just that one guy,
You know what? If
Tom
Brady wouldn't have played so long. Come on, Tom.
Pretty amazing.
How long did you play?
20 years.
20
years.
That's amazing numbers. Can you imagine?
No, I can't.
You play long enough, they add up.
I can imagine 20 years.
Well, it added up well for you, Matthew Stafford, right now. On this list, he's number 10 all-time in passing touchdowns. And he's got a big game today at the top of the hour against the Eagles right here on Fox. One thing Philly will have to look out for is Matthew Stafford's no-look passes.
Stafford looking the other way. Sling to the end zone. That's a touchdown.
Loves to manipulate these defenders with his eyes. Give him a little eye candy.
You get fooled right there.
Drew, how does he make it look so easy?
because he's a baseball player. You know, he was Clayton Kershaw's catcher in high school. So his ability to manipulate arm angles and throw it from every angle you want. But you see it like clockwork every time. He's trying to move that underneath defender so he can throw that in cut behind it. So you just track his eyes and you know his shoulders as he gets in position. He's just going to give you one of those right there. But it's so consistent. That's what's amazing.
Did you ever do that? Did you ever
in the backyard, not in the game.
Well,
when
we'll
you're
find out
goofing
if you
around.
can do it right here on this stage because Matthew Stafford, of course, he can hit a target without looking. We're going to have a little target contest with you guys. Terry and Michael against Howie and Drew. And look who our referee is.
That's a bigger target.
Referee Gronk here. Official rules. All passes must be thrown on the field, and all passes must be no-look throws.
All right, Gronk, go back out there. Terry and Michael, you guys get to go first.
All right, here we go. TB, let's take it home, TB.
Let's do it,
Take it home. Oh, with that linebacker over there.
No.
Okay.
That wasn't a no-look.
I was going to say, don't look.
Who goes down?
I wasn't looking
Who
at
goes
it.
down?
Obviously, I wasn't. You see where
Terry, you're out.
Go. Once again.
Incomplete.
Let me explain something to you.
All right.
Hey, find your rhythm.
That was Devontae Adams' fault.
Good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right, TB, the bar's not very high. Go ahead.
Quarterbacks, Michael.
No points so far.
I'll be honest with you. I'm so disappointed in myself.
You're not the only one.
Just keep chasing.
Two throws.
Keep chasing QBs.
Two throws. No, you got to hit the target.
You hit him in the bicep.
That counts. Devontae Adams would have been able to bring that pass in still. That counts.
All right, you
That's
got
an
it.
official
The ref is
catch.
giving it to you. That's one.
Feel that. Brady ball.
Here he goes.
All right, 1 point for Terry
wanna go
and
first?
Michael. So Howie
Every
and
pass
Drew,
for Terry
let's see if you
is
can
a
beat that.
pass because he can't see.
All right, let's see if you can top one.
Puka.
No,
We're throwing to Puka.
Okay, you're going to Puka.
Yeah, that's right. Do over.
You're throwing it to Puka.
Hey, we're throwing it to Puka.
You're throwing it to Puka.
First of all, the way Howie's running is enough to make me want him to stop.
All right.
Incomplete.
So much for laughing.
A lot closer.
Drew, don't forget to lick those fingers before this pass.
Come on, Drew.
There you go.
Thank you.
You got it. You got it.
Thank you for that
You're a
reminder.
quarterback, so it's more pressure on you than
There's
us.
a lot more pressure on me. Okay. Gronk,
No question.
Gronk,
Remember,
I
no
might hit
looking,
you.
Drew. No looking.
I got you.
One to tie,
Hey,
two
just
to
like-
win.
Just like Stafford used to do.
That's a catch.
All right.
That was a catch.
He's got one more. And you broke it.
Hey,
You broke it.
Well, first of all,
here, I'll
he
go for
actually hit the
Devontae.
bullseye, so that's probably 2 points.
All right.
All right, so you get to go to Devontae to see if you can win it.
All right.
Here we go. For the win.
Oh, this is for the win?
Oh, you
For the
going
win.
lefty?
Oh, he's going lefty.
Now that's just showing
The
off.
right arm's not as good as it used to be, so this left
That's
arm.
showing off.
You got to be kidding
That's
me.
showing off.
Drew Brees for the win. No look pass.
For the
Save
win.
the best for last.
Left-handed? Are you kidding me?
We should have known
don't
that
mess with
he
the
would do
retired
it.
QB, Terry. They should know that.
He still got it.
They should know that.
All
Hey, the
right,
lights
Drew's
came
gonna
on,
stick
the lights
around
came
for a
on.
lot more. He told us about Matthew Stafford. When we come back, we're going to talk with Stafford. And one of his newest receiving targets, Devontae Adams, will share with Carissa Thompson what it's like to join such a star-studded passing attack. And up next, we'll also talk about all the injuries quarterbacks are facing around the league and maybe just how to keep these stars on the field. Well, that's true when we return.
I'm Jane Lynch, and it's time to play the weakest link, NFL edition. Vikings. What do you call a scoring play worth 6 points?
What is a touchdown?
You don't need to ask it in the form of a question. That's a different game show.
No, I'm seriously asking, what is a touchdown?
It's going to be a long season for you. When do bears enter hibernation?
The winter.
Actually, in your case, it's week 2. Giants on your screen. What's that a picture of?
I'm not sure.
It's a happy Giants fan.
Oh, my bad. It's been so long since I've seen one of those.
Chiefs, should the tush push be made illegal by the NFL?
No. She jumped early. That's a false start.
It's a difficult play to officiate. Okay, everyone, it's time to vote for who you think is the weakest link?
Saints.
Well, that was easy. That is not right.
Sorry about that, Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Thanks to Jane Lynch. You can catch her on an all-new Celebrity Weakest Link, which happens tomorrow night right here on Fox. All right, fresh off of breaking all of our equipment here at Fox during that last segment when you threw this touchdown pass. I mean, right on target.
Yeah, nice.
I would have liked throwing the Puka.
You know what, Drew Brees?
Hey.
Maybe some teams could use you right now with all the injuries we've seen around the NFL. Some teams promising start suddenly in jeopardy.
Quarterbacks have been under siege all year long.
We have more injuries at quarterback.
You can't be putting him in jeopardy like this.
Quarterback is your Bentley. The offensive line is the insurance policy.
He runs so much and he takes some shots.
He was physically reckless.
It's not sustainable.
If you don't protect your investment, this is on you.
It's been a common theme across the NFL.
So let me ask you, are teams doing enough to protect their quarterbacks, or is this on the QBs?
I think it's a combination of. I mean, look, there's some things that are out of your control. You're going to have guys that roll up into you. You're going to have to stand in there on third down and deliver the ball down the field and take that shot. But it's those things that you can control, which is, hey, getting the ball out when you know you're short a man. Or when you do take off and run, you're going to slide or you're going to run out of bounds and think about playing the long game. So, look, in some of the cases of what we've seen, I think there's a combination of both. But just generally speaking, find ways to protect yourself.
Experience helps, right? You're a young quarterback. You probably trying to do too much.
Fast.
Yeah. And in the last 2 years, no quarterback's been hitting more on run plays and pass plays than Jaden Daniels. And we know that he's out today because of the knee injury. But I think, these guys, they seem to be a little bit more athletic, a little bit more inclined to run. And if you're going to run in this league, you're going to get hit. And quarterbacks aren't
going to get you.
But they're not. We lift weights. We prepare to get hit.
No.
Quarterbacks are back there, and they're just more deliberate. They're not used to taking a hit. So if you're going to run the ball, something eventually is going to happen.
Well, Justin Fields and McCarthy are second-year. They're young quarterbacks, and so maybe they're holding the ball a tad too long.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Drew, but I was always taught that a quarterback is more prone to get hurt standing in a pocket than he is moving outside the pocket. Obviously, when I'm outside the pocket, I can see everything in front of me. But if I slow down, it's coming from behind. So I used to think, well, that's okay. But now, to your point, roll up on the ankles, shoulders. I used to tell young kids, lift weights, get strong in your shoulders, and learn how to tuck because you're going to get hit when you don't expect it. And that elbow's got to stay out of the way or you're going to separate your shoulders.
Get down.
When you're spending money on your quarterback, maybe two wide receivers and a defensive end, it's hard to kind of justify how do we pay the offensive line? One, and two is how many players are we releasing out in the route? Are we dedicating enough manpower? It's a tight end, it's running back, it's an extra offensive player to chip and release late. I just don't think we're putting as much of an emphasis on it. We're putting more of an emphasis on spread, get everyone out in the route.
Well, that's why Drew got rid of the ball quickly. You saw the other night, kid up in Chicago, Williams, 3.8 seconds holding the ball, 3.8 seconds.
Hey, I'll be honest with you.
That's asking for it.
I hated him.
Yeah.
He threw it too fast, man.
It's demoralizing for a defensive line, especially when you get a guy like this who's used to getting sacks. He gets to you, you get the ball out. You don't give him the satisfaction. Even though he just pulled out his best counter move to get to you, you do not give him the satisfaction of bringing you down.
But I can get it right now on Fox.
A little payback then. Hey, before we let you go, Drew, Jay Glazer joins us right now with one of our favorite Drew Brees stories.
I got to, before you leave, I got to tell this again, man. It's incredible because, I got to see an inside look of what makes him different. Years ago, middle of your playing career, Sean Payton and I were downtown in New Orleans about 9:30 at night, and Sean says, oh, man, I forgot something back at the office. And the office is, 45 minutes from downtown? Yeah. So we go all the way back on a Friday night. 10:15 we get there. There is one light on in the Saints facility, and it is him. 10:15 at night, watching film, studying. I said, dude, what are you doing here? And he looks at me and he says, sometimes trying to be great is lonely. I said, wow. I am so stealing that.
I love that.
He didn't try to be great. He was great.
I had to get an edge somehow. Yeah. Honestly, I felt like you had to feel like you earned the right to win before you ever stepped on the field.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
That was part of that preparation.
And it's one of the only things you control.
Yes.
Being prepared.
Well, you were great as a player. You were fantastic with us today. Hopefully we can see you a little bit later on during the season.
Thank
you so much for joining us here, Drew. All right, hey, at home, if you want a shot at free money today, we want to remind you all you have to do is download the Fox Sports app and play Super 6 sponsored by DraftKings. One of today's questions is, which team will score the most points? You know, Raiders first-rounder Ashton Jeanty, well, he's looking for a breakout game against the Commanders, hoping his team does just that. Marcus Mariota, Geno Smith, Jordan Love. We got lots of people getting ready for big games today. There is Geno, now trying to bounce back from that 3-interception game last week. And there's Jordan Love and the Packers getting ready to roll, while Baker putting on the creamsicle uniforms today for the Bucs.
Verizon Access gets football fans into the games and premium experiences you love just for being a Verizon customer.
All right, we're just about half an hour or so to kick off as we turn on our Screen Pass, brought to you by Tide. Well, it's a clean record for 4 of the teams in our early window, 2 of whom, the Rams and Eagles, go head-to-head. Another win by any of the unbeatens would go a long way. Since 2002, 73% of teams starting 3-0 on the season have gone on to the postseason. Well, also in Foxborough today, Gronk, it's a big weekend for our guy and your former teammate, Julian Edelman.
Yes.
He was inducted into the Patriots Hall of Fame this weekend, and today, at halftime of the game, they'll bring him out in front of the crowd. New England is going to honor him again.
Yes, congratulations to Julian Edelman, my guy. First ballot, Patriots Hall of Famer, well-deserved. Your work ethic, being resilient, never backing down, doing what's best for the team made you the player that you were. Thanks for being such a great teammate and being so clutch, buddy.
Yeah, he is fantastic. A part of our team here at Fox, not only here on the field with Fox NFL Sunday, but with Carissa and the gang and Fox NFL Kickoff. Congratulations to Julian Edelman. Let's talk about a different receiver right now, Davante Adams. When his career is over, well, he could very well be heading to the Hall of Fame in Canton. He's 10th all-time in receiving touchdowns, and Carissa Thompson. The way he's playing for the Rams this season, it looks like Davante will continue that climb on that legendary list.
Yes, hello, Kurt. Nice to see you down there, by the way. And if Davante's goal was scoring more, then he picked the right team to sign with this offseason. It's only been 2 games, but you can already see the on-the-field chemistry with Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua. And if you ask Davante, that connection goes way beyond the field.
Davante Adams to McVay.
He's Picasso on the perimeter.
I know the mission is always just to win games, but yet everyone wants to talk about that one reception. You know the one.
We've seen the no-look throws.
Stafford looking the other way. Oh, wow!
It felt cool in the moment. It's a blessing. He's a Hall of Famer, one of the best to ever play this game.
How much better is it having him as your teammate instead of looking at him across the field?
Yeah, now I can cheer for him. Before, I was just mad seeing all those dots he was throwing around the field. So, obviously, being in the huddle with him, seeing how poised he is, it's different, man. You see him throw the pick right before half, and the way he can bounce back after that, showing literally 0 emotion. I can be a pretty emotional dude, so seeing somebody just be level and calm and through situations.
Does it make you calmer?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It makes me calmer, makes me want to be that way.
There are a lot of good human beings in this building. One of them is Puka Nacua, who has been overt about his admiration and how he looked up to you and was sort of awestruck.
Yeah, I mean, that's my little bro. It's, you know, every so often you have people come in your life where you spend a little bit of time together and you get to know one another, and it just feels like we must have known each other in a past life or something, or we were just meant to be brothers and to come across each other's paths. He's a special dude that I got a lot of love for. He's one of the most selfless people I've been around. Basically, you want to find out who Puka is, watch him after my touchdown last week. The way he's flexing, screaming at the fans. I mean, just all of it. He's a special dude.
He's very special. You wide receivers have a reputation, you know, have a little attitude, a little, you know, I'm the man. You have never acted like that. Where does that humility come from?
Just within. I never try to change who I am just based off of what I've accomplished or how many touchdowns I've scored or whatever. I feel like people sometimes lose sight of who they are because they feel like that's what they're supposed to do. And they see people get money and get fame and act a certain way, so it's a copycat world. I just stay true to who I am. It's a lot easier to just live that way, and I'd rather be the simple dude with extraordinary abilities versus the other way.
Wow, a simple dude with extraordinary abilities. This weekend, up against Philly. Now, I know you weren't here last year, but what's the vibes going into this one?
Obviously, this one means a lot to this team, and based off the history.
A clash of the undefeated teams.
You come in and kind of assume the role of it being a little bit of a rivalry. Obviously, these are the top dogs. I grew up that way where if your brother doesn't like a dude, you don't like him now.
Right.
So it's kind of the same way.
Whose car are we taking?
Exactly.
You know?
And we could take mine all day. Mine will get there fast.
Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Devontae just gets it. When I said that line from the movie The Town, whose car are we taking, I was hopeful that he would get it. Not only did he get that, he then said, we're taking mine because it's fast. So let's go to the guy that's from Charlestown. You know all about the reference of that line, but you've got to love Davante Adams.
I do love Davante Adams, and unlike a lot of guys who go through free agency and make a transfer to another team, the choice you make, getting in the right car with the right guy is key. And Sean McVay's creativity, coupled with Puka Nacua's ability, he's playing at another level, all the pre-snap motion, manipulating coverages, I think it's the perfect place for him. He'd be number one on a number of other teams. He maybe is 1B or 2 here with the Rams because of the way Puka's playing. It's a problem. And how Philadelphia's defense, the youngest in the league, handles all this chaos and this talent at wide receiver will be key. Vic Fangio and Sean McVay have matched up 3 times when he's with the Rams. Vic Fangio's 3-0. If you add into that this New England Patriots Super Bowl, it's 4-0 because Bill Belichick basically took Vic Fangio's game plan and implemented it and held them to 3 points.
Well, talking about this game, the Eagles are coming into it at 2-0 in a very confident football game. They just know how to win. There's no doubt about that. They won 18 of their last 19 games, and last year they beat the Rams twice. And if the Rams want to have a chance to win this game, they got to stop the run. Saquon Barkley last year went for over 300 net yards versus the Rams, and then in the playoffs rushed for over 200 yards. So like I said, the Rams want to take this game. They got to force Jalen Hurts and the Eagles to throw the ball.
Last week, in order for the Eagles to win TB against Kansas City, they went to the tush push 7 times in that game. You think we'll see it that much today?
I do. I talked to Mike Pereira, our officials guru, and Mike was making the emphasis that the guards, people are complaining that the guards are jumping off sides. They're anticipating the snap to get an early start. The other complaint was by some, and Howie, you and I talked about this, was that the center's head was over the neutral zone, which means outside the length of the football. So because of all of that, look for the officials today to call a very close game. And if the tush push is there and it's necessary, I wouldn't be surprised because of officials being nervous that they make some calls about being offside.
At home, Philly will be okay. On the road, I would say there's a chance they're offside.
So the officials are intimidated then by
No.
So
I'm saying the offensive line will be in sync at home.
It'll be more quiet.
Yeah,
They'll be able to hear the snap count, being that they're at home.
Is that how you feel, Gronk?
Yeah, when you're home, I mean, there's really no pressure. The fans are quiet when you're on the offensive side of the ball, but on the road, it's loud, and you got to go on silent count, so it's tougher. So I do feel the same way.
He's trying to throw you under the bus.
I feel the same way as Howie's always. Howie's always right.
Don't tell me.
Look, the Eagles are the defending Super Bowl champions, but a lot of people, Michael, think the Packers are currently the best team in football. Today they take on the Browns. What do you think?
Well, I think that the Packers definitely have proven that they're up for that argument, Kurt, because this is a team here who started out the season with a tough schedule. Started out with the Lions, started out with Washington, and they responded to both. Both those teams averaged 31 points a game last year. They didn't do anything. They held them to 31 points combined in those 2 games. The Packers start out fast. Jordan Love gets the ball downfield better than any quarterback in the league. You have a tough running game with Josh Jacobs. That's going to be challenged today because Cleveland has the #1 rush defense in the league right now. But, you know, this is the youngest team in the league. So we're going to be talking about this team for a long time. They added Micah Parsons on defense, and in the modern Super Bowl era, first 2 games, 4 sacks, under 60 yards rushing, under 200 yards passing. The only team to do that in the modern Super Bowl era in the first 2 games. So this Packers team is stacked, and they're definitely going to give anybody in NFC and anybody in the league a run for their money.
That's one of the games we got at the top of the hour. Another one, the Bucs at home against the Jets.
Yep. Folks, listen to me. You like a quarterback that can bring your team back with under 2 minutes to play and win a game on the road, then you're talking about Baker Mayfield. Did it in Atlanta, won it in the last minute. Did it in Houston, won it in the last minute. When you know that your quarterback can win a game for you and you have all that confidence in you because he's proven it to you, your football team automatically just plays better. The only other quarterback I can name in the modern era to do that, Tom Brady.
And they've got those old school uniforms to do it today against the Jets. Let's bring in Jay Glazer once again. We talked, Jay, a little bit ago about Davante Adams. Ending up with the Rams, how did that all happen?
All right, so Davante Adams, early this past offseason, he's vacationing in Japan, and all of a sudden he gets these 2 text messages from Sean McVay, who doesn't really know. Sean sent him 15 minutes of highlight videos that he narrated, possibly inebriated, possibly not. I actually saw these. They are hilarious. It's things like, hey, Davante, this touchdown that you caught in December in the Meadowlands, man, it was great technique by you, great catch, but it's pretty cold in December in New York, isn't it? You know where it's not cold? Los Angeles. Sean McVay, the ultimate recruiter, got his guy. It was all Sean.
All right, thanks, Jay. Hey, you know what? Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, when they come into Chicago, fresh off a frantic finish. Up next, Prescott sits down with Erin Andrews to talk about a bounce-back season, possibly in Dallas. All of that later on today in America's Game of the Week. Top of the hour, a lot of good ones for you, including the Browns hosting the Packers.
All right. Settle down. I gathered you all here because we need to come up with a way to stop the tush push.
We need to figure this out. We play them today.
Got it. We let them score on big plays, and then they never get a chance to use it.
See, that's why you're 0-2.
All right, hold up. Check this out. We insert a sleeper agent into the Eagles organization and slowly over time convince them to not use the play anymore.
We don't have time for that. What if we use real bears?
Okay, I like that.
We could have just not voted against it in the offseason.
It's too late for that. The thing is, we didn't. And now we're forced to confront the reality of our own poor decisions.
I think we just leave it and see how things play out.
Wait a second.
How did you sneak in here?
Tush push?
Tush push. That's it. We're using real bears.
Of course, all the focus in the NFC, deservedly so, is on the Super Bowl champion Eagles. But Dak Prescott and the Cowboys have shown a resilience so far that makes you think maybe Dallas, this year, I know we say it every single year, but as Dak Prescott and the Cowboys get ready to take on the Bears, Dak tells our Erin Andrews they're never short of belief in Big D.
Well, I feel old saying this to you. It's a decade now for you.
I know. I feel old when you say that.
You do?
A little bit. And the guys in the locker room definitely remind me. Like, man, you played with Jason Witten? And I'm like, yeah, like, you know, Des Bryant too. And so they call me Unc sometimes, but body feels great. I feel youthful, but they remind me of my age.
On the way, it is good! What a ball game! Cowboys in OT.
First 2 weeks, it was a roller coaster. I can't imagine for you guys. For us, it made insane television. But in the locker room, what's the belief in there with your guys right now?
Yeah, we've got a lot of belief. Very confident in ourselves, and I give credit to Schottenheimer the way that he's really used his energy, just being very genuine, being true to himself, allows guys to be confident, be true to their selves.
We got your back, man. We love you, brother.
I think you just turn on the tape of those 2 games, you see that. Definitely a roller coaster. Wish we would have got both of them, but it's been a solid start.
You've been on some teams before. I've covered you when there's been a Super Bowl buzz right at the beginning. But now this year, you have a rookie head coach. You guys made a massive trade right before this season.
Cowboys are punting on the year.
Feels like a knife in the heart. Already throwing the parades for Reggie White 2.0.
It felt like expectations shifted a little bit in the outside world. Did you hear that?
Maybe heard it from some whispers, but definitely not within our locker room, not within that building. Even after a big trade like that, we got a great guy, a great player that helped our team. So no, I mean, at this point in my career, I could care less.
Got it.
I understand that that's just simply noise. Noise is always there, especially when you're part of this organization.
It's about us. It's about this team. Look at the man next to you and give him all you got.
What was your immediate response to the drama once you heard that Jerry had traded Micah?
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised. However, I wasn't naive to the way the negotiations happened. But more than anything, it was about being a leader and making sure the guys in the locker room weren't looking over their shoulder, worried about their jobs, and just focus on making sure the guys focus on what they can control. And he said it's going to be a soap opera, and if it's not, he's going to do something to stir it up.
Cowboys are a soap opera 360.
That's something that I've known, which should allow you to block out the noise and focus on your job and what you can do.
Here we go! Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
There's this swagger that this team has been playing with.
Right now, it's your time in Chicago. You guys are 1-1. I'm not asking you to look ahead to next week when Micah and the Green Bay Packers come to Dallas, but I want to know what the Cowboys have to do to get to 2-1 when you head back to Dallas.
Yeah, we've got to go out there and start fast. Last week we didn't start fast, and we got in that wild roller coaster of a game.
Meet y'all in the end zone.
For offense, we score early. This is a game that I believe we can take control of and make sure that we go back to Dallas 2-1.
All right, the great piece there by Erin Andrews. Congratulations. Erin has a new show on Fox tonight called 99 to Beat. Yeah, well, that's what the Cowboys got to do.
Score 99.
They got to have to score 99 to beat somebody because last week their defense didn't show up. I can tell you that much. But, you know, it's good to see Dak, you know, having these reflective moments. And he's talking about how he's the leader now and how they make him feel his age. And he's still young, in my opinion. He's still a kid quarterback. But it goes to show that a young kid, a rookie coach, as he said, it didn't start fast last week, but they're going to have to start faster because I don't think that their defense, especially without Micah Parsons, has the firepower to put pressure on quarterbacks. So in that case, you're going to have to cover better on the back end than they did last week against the Giants. But it's like one of these things, you bring in Clowney to replace Parsons. I don't think that's a fair comparison to bring in Clowney, but he does add some veteran leadership there on their line. But to me, it goes to later in the season for the Cowboys. It's never the regular season. Cowboys look great during the regular season. They win games during the regular season. We always go, this is our year during the regular season. But when it comes to the big games later in the season or in the playoffs, that's when you see the lack of finish. And I don't know if that's because of leadership. I don't know what it is. Maybe with this new rookie head coach, that all changes.
Well, sometimes you just think they want it so badly, they realize we got to win this. And I don't care how much money you're making. Your legacy is going to be championships and not the money or the yardage that you throw for. But he is an outstanding quarterback, and he's fun to watch. The other quarterback on the other side today, Caleb Williams, the second-year quarterback, former #1 pick out of Southern California, USC. Here's a guy that right now is not quite settled in. He's got a new offensive coach, his second offense in 2 years. I don't care who you are, how talented you are. First of all, you better be surrounded by good people. Odunze, Moore, wideout, he's got that. Command at tight end, Lovell and tight end, a Notre Damer and a Michigan guy. Great tight ends. He's got Swift out of the back. He's got people. I think he's going through his reads too quickly. He's giving off of the big throws and dropping it down. His coach said complete 70% of your passes. I don't want to hear that because I completed 51.9% of mine.
Stop it.
But I may be 3 for 15, but I'd have 190 yards on those three.
How many rings you got? How many rings you got?
I got 4 rings.
There you go.
And that's the bottom line.
Yes.
That game comes up later today, America's Game of the Week. It's the Cowboys at the Bears. That game's in Chicago. And Dak's already at Soldier Field getting ready for that contest, which I guess comes up right about 4 hours from now. Let's check in with Gronk right now. Another matchup that's later on today. The Cardinals unbeaten at the 49ers. Unbeaten battle out west.
Yes. Can the Arizona Cardinals finally take that step forward, go 3-0 for the first time since 2021, and beat the division opponent that they're going against, the San Francisco 49ers, who are also 2-0. If the Cardinals want to win this game, there's 3 keys. First, they got to stop Christian McCaffrey. The last 2 games that he played against the Cardinals, he has scored 7 touchdowns. Let me repeat that. 7 touchdowns in 2 games. 7 touchdowns in 2 games. So you fantasy owners, you better be starting him. And second, they got to get that run game going. The Arizona Cardinals do. Hand that ball to James Conner. He punishes defenders. Let him go. And third, hey, Marvin Harrison Jr. needs to be implemented into the game plan. The son of Marvin Harrison Sr.
What position
wide receiver, first round pick for the Cardinals.
So that's
they got to throw the deep ball to him.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is the son of Marvin Harrison Sr.?
That's how
really?
he's Junior, because he's the son of the senior.
Wow, you learn something every day on Fox NFL Sunday. Howie, maybe we can learn Detroit is taking on Baltimore. Who is Detroit? 6 points one week, 52 the next.
I think it's a lot more of who we saw last week. I think Dan Campbell went in that offensive meeting room and said, we're going to play this kind of football, and it's the kind of football they played previously. They made some corrections in the offensive line. Physical. The last time they got whipped like they did week 1 versus Green Bay was 2023 versus Baltimore. Baltimore ran them off the field. How they respond physically, particularly that big interior, that Baltimore defensive front, in order to run play action pass, you've got to be able to run the football. Can they do it?
Did you know Howie Long Sr. is the father of Howie Long Jr.?
Yeah.
Did you know that, Grant?
No, I didn't know that.
You know,
learned something.
I'm the son of a junior, too, so I'm a senior.
All right, let's get to the latest injury updates with Jay Glazer's ins and outs, brought to you by Geico. Jay.
Brock was just talking about the 49ers. Earlier in the show, we told you that Brock Purdy will not play today at all. Not backup, not third-string quarterback. I'm told, though, look, if it was a playoff game, he'd probably go, but they want to be a little safe with him, so he's out today. Adrian Martinez will back up Mac Jones. Mac Jones, however, will not have Juwan Jennings. He'll be out today as a receiver for the 49ers. Also, Mika Ibuka has had a big start for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He didn't practice Wednesday or Thursday, practiced Friday, hip and groin injuries. He is in today, but they're going to be smart with him. They're going to monitor him. Braden Fisk for the Rams. They love what he does for that defense. Sean McVay says he is good to go despite that oblique injury. And Jackson Smith and Jigba, he actually woke up yesterday with a stomach bug, got some fluids, woke up feeling better today than he did yesterday. They think he'll be good to go. And later on, America's Game of the Week. TB talked about DeAndre Swift. He is good to go despite that quad injury. How about this for the Cowboys? Trayvon Diggs, he woke up yesterday also. His knee kind of blew up a little bit. They're going to work him out in pregame warmups. If he can go, then obviously he's going to play. Jadeveon Clowney, he'll be deactivated. If he can't go, Clowney will get his first game as a Cowboy.
All right, we'll keep our eye on that. You can keep your eye on FanDuel because you can customize your same-game parlays as you decide with your way. Gronk has built a same-game parlay his way. Gronk, what do you have for us?
Yes, I'm sticking with the number 87. I got Saquon Barkley going for 87 or more rushing yards. CeeDee Lamb going for 87 or more receiving yards. And here's a new one, Puka Nacua going for 87 or more reception and rushing yards combined.
Well, new FanDuel customers can get $300 in bonus bets if your $5 bet wins, like this one from Gronk, which would pay out over $25. Let's get to the picks. We'll start with you, Gronk. Buccaneers favored by 6.5 against the Jets. Who you take?
Yes, well, I heard Super Bowl winning coach Bruce Arians is in the house for their first home game of the year, so he's bringing that energy. Go Bucks.
All right, Howie, Packers favored by 7.5 at the Browns.
Green Bay.
Terry, Eagles favored by 3.5 at home against the Rams.
That?
They want it quick.
Well, that's not like you.
Well, you're not helping. Terry, make a pick.
All right, mine's simple. I'm going with the Rams to upset the Eagles.
That's a shock.
Michael, Commanders favored by 3 over the Raiders.
Before I make my pick, I want to thank Jay Glazer for not buttoning that top button. All of our eyes are safe.
That's going to take an eye out.
We always felt in danger with that top button. I'm going to go with Washington.
All right, it's just about game time. A lot of teams getting ready to hit the field at the top of the hour, which is just a few minutes away. Thanks for watching our show, brought to you by GMC.